What lessons can you draw from this match? Were you satisfied by what you saw today? Yeah, absolutely. Very satisfied by the result, which is the ultimate objective. And the behavior of the players in this very different environment. And I'm very satisfied by those 3 victories in a row after Wales, Ireland, and now Scotland. For the French media, please raise your hand if you want to ask a question.
Oui, Jeff Tureau de RMC.
Bonjour, une question pour...
Good evening. One question for Fabien. This was a wonderful year with this group. Are you not frustrated that you can't go on with the same group, with the same squad? Those were the rules of the game that there was said 3 days before the regrouping. We had only 3 matches with that squad, and that was what was decided. So we're not frustrated. We did what we had to do. Thank you, Fanny Lechevestrier from Radio France. For Charles and Fabien, what does this victory mean for you? Is it just the evidence that you have made progress in this year, in this past year? Yeah, it is a sign of progress since we are winning today after losing a couple of times here. But we had a very tough opponent and we built up our match as we made progress during the match. And I'm extremely proud of all the players because everybody really played on, nobody gave in. And it was really, really nice to have a very good victory.
D'autres questions des médias français, s'il vous plaît?
Other questions from the French media, please? Can you hear me? I'm from the L'Équipe newspaper. One question for Charles. There were a number of changes before this match against Scotland. Did you feel at the beginning that you were maybe not as consistent as before? No, not at all. I didn't feel any lack of consistency. It's the French squad. There were changes, but it's the same squad. We've been working for 5 weeks together, and therefore we know each other very well. We work together throughout the week, and therefore there was no lack of cohesion between us. One question from RMC Sport. Thank you. One question for Fabien Galthie. This squad is stopping here and there'll be a new squad. So we can now see what has happened. This year is an excellent year, but what is your assessment of this year? We're extremely satisfied. We had a new project, a new plan, a new squad, a new staff, and we made progress very quickly. And we had to go quickly. We knew what the rules were, and we wanted to really make progress very quickly. We played well in the tournament, and this team has won 3 times in a row against Wales, Ireland, and Scotland, and therefore we can only be satisfied. Fabien.
De l'équipe. On a vu un bel essai, enfin, il y a eu un éclair dans ce match, c'est l'essai
We have had one really interesting time, which was the try of Vakatawa. I suppose you had worked on this. Yes, we had worked on some of the phases against this particular team, but on this particular occasion, we managed to have a couple of passes, and then on the third one, we managed to score a try. It allowed us to score a lot of points without really spending too much energy.
J'ai pas relevé la main, mais
I didn't raise my hand again, but
la suite, on se dirige vers une finale face
fine.
à l'Angleterre ou
So are we heading towards a final against England, or is it too soon to ask this question? Are we first, I think, in the pool? We have to win against Italy, and then we'll be first. And so we know more or less where we're heading, which is excellent. But we'll see next week. It will be a new team, so a new story anyway.
Question de Jean-François Patureau de RMC Sport.
Question pour Charles. On vous voit tous les trois là. Vous
Question
êtes
for Charles. I can see the three of you, and you're not smiling, and yet you should be very happy to have won in Scotland. Well, we had quite a lot of smiles at the end of the match, and we'll smile a lot tonight. No, honestly, everybody's very happy, and we really want to enjoy tonight, because afterwards each one will go back to his own club, and it's wonderful to end up in this positive win. So we're really deeply happy.
Raphaël, peut-être, ou Fabien, toujours Laurent à l'équipe. Vous allez perdre la plupart des joueurs.
Raphaël, Fabien, you're going to lose most of your players tonight. They'll go back to their clubs. Do you have a transition phase in Marcoussis? Yes, indeed, it's planned. It has been planned for a while. When we go back to Marcoussis tomorrow, we'll welcome the new players that have been selected, so that these very strange times can be transformed into opportunities for the French squad. We know how important it is to be part of the squad, and therefore we'll gather all the players before some of them who have played their 3 matches go back towards their clubs and their homes. And we want to welcome as best as possible the new players that will allow us to start the week with this new group as best as possible. Charles, what's the difference between the French team that met in January in Nice and this French team? The difference is just that we have more things in common. At the beginning, we were hesitating, some were a bit shy maybe, and now we're really at the heart of this story, of this experience, and it's working well. It's a pity it finishes now, but we really enjoy thoroughly playing together here, and we would like this to go on as long as possible.
Dernière question pour les médias français.
Last question for the French media. Tomorrow there will be this transition. There will be a new captain. You're going to pass on your relay to the new captain. You know who it is. Yes, I can tell you. I can tell you that I know who it is, but I'm not going to tell you who he is. That's something that you'll learn later. Now we can ask the Scottish media whether you have questions. Do the Scottish media have questions? Michael, if there's no question from the Scottish side, we could stop here this press conference. Fine. Thank you very much.